So in this video, we're going to see how do we transform an external data with Node.js. Essentially, we will be transforming an XML to JSON. We'll do it in 4 steps. First, we'll procure external data and we'll use Project Gutenberg to get all our XML source data. Step 2, we will be setting a behavior-driven development with Mocha and Chai. So Mocha, as you may know, is a BDD framework. And then Chai provides us a rich set of libraries for assertion. Step 3, we will be extracting data from XML using Cheerio. Cheerio is another library that provides us a way similar to writing a CSS syntax to actually read the XML document. And step 4, using whatever extraction that we have done in step 3, we will parse that into a JSON format. So these will be the 4 steps that we'll follow. Let's get started. Is to open your Visual Studio Code and let's go to our folder. So I'll create a new folder here. Or let's call it XML to JSON. Okay, so let's get started. So first we will create 2 directories. Let's open terminal and let's do database. And then we will create data. So these will be our 2 directories. So first, data we will use to store all the external data. So we will move to our data directory first. And then we will go to this path to download all our external data, right? So I'll use curl command. Oh, and let's copy paste this. Okay. All right. So it's downloading. There are a lot of files actually here in this project. So it may take a while to download. So we'll just wait for it to finish. All right. So that was fast. So it has finished downloading. Let's see in our data folder. So we got our external zip file. So let's now extract it. Let's give the df files tar ec2. Okay, so let's extract. Again, it's going to take some time. As you can see, there are a lot of files. So I'll just pause and come back once it is finished. It's finished. So let's quickly see our downloaded files that we'll be working with. So let me reveal in Finder. We are inside data. We have a cache folder created under e publications, and you see all these folders are created, and everything has one RDF file which is similar to XML, and we'll be using these files for the conversion. So this is how it is formatted. Step 1 is completed. Now let's move on to step 2. So this will be setting up behavior driven development with Mocha and Chai. So for that, let's first move to a database folder. So I'm going to come out of here and then all right. And so we are going to first get package.json file so that we can download our libraries. So I'll do npm init y, and this is going to give us very base package.json file. All right, so that is created. Now let's download our libraries. So I'm going to give npm install and add it as a dev dependencies. So save dev and then to save exact version of the library so that this also works for you. So I'm going to give save exact Mocha version 2.4.5 and chai version as 3.5.0. So let's get this downloaded. All right, so download is completed and we see there are 2 dev dependencies that are added. All right, so we are now going to just change the command for test to run Mocha just to make sure that this works. So let's save this. And if we type now npm test, okay, so this is failing. Don't have test directory, I think. So let's create a test directory, mk test. And now if we run npm test, okay, so yeah, if you're getting 0 passing, that means your Mocha is configured. This setup, so let's start developing our behavior driven test. So first we are going to create a new file in the test folder. Let's call it parse XML test.js. Okay, and then we are going to just write this code. We're going to download fs module. And we are going to get expect from our chai library. We'll be using this in our test. And let's get a constant for the XML. And we will read file. Let's get the directory name. So this will be inside data folder, I believe. Hopefully this works. So inside data, inside cache, inside EPUB, and let's do maybe 132. Let's try. Okay. So you may ask, like, we have RDF files here instead of XML files. RDF is again similar to XML format. So this is just a very similar format with XML. So we are using this format in this example. But same, whatever we are doing here, same can be applied to our XML based structure also. Okay, so now let's start adding BDD test. So we are going to start with describe. Parse, we'll say XML. Create an anonymous function. We're going to add it. Should be a function. Let's just check that we are getting a function when we run this test. And we'll say expect parse XML to be, and this is the chai assertions. We can just call function. Just save this. Now, for us to use this, just try npm test. Say no such file. Let me change this to like this, save it and try. All right, so we are getting 0 pass 1 fail, right? Okay, so this is successfully set up. We have this setup, so let's try to make this test pass. So we will be developing to make test pass. So inside database folder, let's create a new folder. Let's call it library. And inside this, let's create a file and call it parse XML JS. Okay, and so in order for us to make this test pass, we need to have a module and have it export a function. So let's just quickly do this. Strict module.export, we'll say XML, and this is going to be a function. Let's save this. And in the parse XML test, we are going to import that module. So let's create a new constant, parse XML. We are going to say library inside that parse XML. I'll just save this. Now let's run npm test. Okay, so now that we have this passing, so that the connection is established, we have a parse xml.js file where we are exporting a function, and we are passing it here, and we are just validating that it's a function. So now our continuous development or behavior driven development is set up. We just need to enable continuous test right now. So let's do that quickly. So in order to do that, we need to add a watch statement. So for that, let's go to our package.json and let's add test watch. And let's just add this command. And let's just save this. And now all we need to do is run npm test watch command. So this is going to, okay, let's see, npm run test watch. All right, so this is always going to be running the test as soon as there are any changes to our parse XML test or associated files, right? So now let me create a new terminal here. Sorry, let me create a new terminal here. Okay, and we'll be working off of this terminal. Okay, so this is set up. So just in order for us to test, let's say in the function here, we can add another assertion. So let's say expect, or let's add a constant here, constant book parse XML. Okay, and then here we'll just have expect book, let's say to be an object, All right, if we save that, this would fail now. So now this is failing because we don't have a book inside the XML object. So we have to go in parse XML and now add the book object. Okay, so here what we'll do is we will create a constant book. It's an object and then return book. Sorry. And let's save this, and we see one passing. So that means now this is working, the connection is also working, and we have the continuous test with Mocha setup. All right,